How's it going, guys? My name is Alkyone, and welcome to part 2 of the first episode of Dragon's Reach Part 2. I know this is getting confusing with all the Part 2s and Part 1s and all the episodes and everything, but this is just a continuation of the Part 1 walkthrough of Dragon's Reach Part 2, so I hope you guys enjoyed.
Let's keep at it. If we're going to confront her, we'll need serious evidence to back us up. Finally. Queen had a private time for an order. Everyone's saying it's what must be true.
It must be true if everybody says it, right? Hello, we were just discussing how horrible that it is that Queen betrayed us all. That's just a bad rumor, a lie. No, it's not. I saw her in the Salma district shortly after nightfall. She wore a black woolen cloak with the hood up. The only reason I knew it was her because I bumped into her and I saw her face. Casimir, what do you think? Her eye twitched when she said that. I don't think it's the truth. You're lying. Listen, between you and me, I may not be telling the exact truth, but they offered me a lot of gold if I'd say I was there. Please, you can't tell anyone. You're going to have to testify, Lady Claire. Oh, all right, I'll testify that I was paid to lie, but I'll never say who paid me. I don't betray old friends. Still, I wasn't comfortable lying, but my son is ill. I hope the Queen will forgive me. You're doing the right thing, Lady Claire.
Just anyone, much less a Silvari with no political connections. This woman will testify.
That's good. We need to get incriminating evidence against the minister that's lying. I don't know who from, though. Right, let's go to this group of people up here.
I could lend my eyes and ears to your search. If there's nothing in particular you need me to do, would you mind if I help myself to some of your refreshments? Am I really so dull?
Kanak, you're talking a lot. Shut up.
Would you like
Oh,
to
you're
know how
you,
long Severed
Alkyone.
Head
Well,
remains conscious?
you're well known in these parts. The Queen recently
I
mentioned
suppose
you
not.
hosting a summit.
Do
She'd
let
like
me know if you
very
need
much
me
to
to do
attend.
more than make debutantes
That may be
and
complicated.
pups uncomfortable.
I know, these lies Estelle is spreading. Can you imagine
Here,
our
I can
barefoot
get you some more.
queen sulking through the streets at night in disguise? It's laughable. I can't imagine, actually. She's a mesmer. Casimir, what do you think? You don't think she met with Scarlet?
May I take your glass?
In the throne room, yes, but not in the streets. A Char emissary visited the Queen that night, while the emissary since left. The guard who was present that day will testify. Good to know, thanks.
The guard will corroborate the Queen's alibi. I can take that.
Okay. Easy enough, easy enough. One more person left to talk to, I think. Hopefully. This is getting pretty long. I don't want to make it too long for you guys. I don't know if we're in the right spot or not.
Prerequisite for being
Let's
ministry.
let's go over here.
You seem friendly.
I don't know. It makes me so sad to think that the people who run our cities, our kingdom, can't get along with each other. Now one of the ministers is spreading lies about the Queen? I'll pay for any information you have. I've had some experience with the ministers. Who do you work for? Should I pay him off? I have some experience. I'll pay him off. That's generous, but I have nothing to say. I'm employed by Minister Arden. I won't shoot myself in the foot for a few coins. Understood. That was the wrong thing. They're not all bad, let's say that. Both my wife and I work for ministers. They can be like that night and day. My wife works for Minister Estelle. I work for Minister Arden. Do you like your jobs? Most days, my wife has a harder time. Her minister has a gambling problem. If she's winning, she's fine. If not, she's dangerous. Would she know where Estelle was the night of the alleged meeting? My wife... Oh, my wife. Maybe. Estelle often visits her old Lady Claire... her old friend Lady Claire in the evening. Ask my wife if she knows what happens. She's a good woman. I won't lie to protect the minister. Thank you for the information. You're a good Crichton. Well, I know who paid off Lady Claire. What do you think? Do you have enough evidence to discredit her accusations? Plenty. The servant's wife can testify that Estelle met with Lady Claire. Maybe the threat of her testifying will be enough to shut this down. What else? We have multiple witnesses who say the Queen turned down Scarlet's request. I still can't believe Scarlet wanted to study the Watch Night Engineer. Thank the gods that the Queen turned her down. Though, that might explain why Scarlet's anger when she attacked the city. What else? We know Estelle's friend was lying for her. For a pouch of gold, you mean? Estelle must have coached Lady Claire. I don't imagine it'll be too hard for her to get her to testify to the lie. I guess they weren't such good friends after all. We're ready to confront Estelle with the evidence.
What a liar she is. Gentlemen, please.
Confront. That's right. What? Don't what me. Hello, Busy Bee. I must admit I'm a bit charmed how you flit from flower to flower. I know all about you, Minister Estelle. Listen closely to what Estelle says. When she's finished, don't be afraid to ask her to repeat what she said. Press only when you're certain she's lying. Okay, so it's up to me. I have a question. Is it true you work closely with Lord Codicus? I used to work with Lord Codicus, but now I'm considering retirement. I've started spending most of the time with the ministry, in the ministry library. I hardly ever see him. Tell me more. Admittedly, I occasionally do small tasks for him, but he's still recovering from that awful scandal. He keeps to himself most of the time. Tell me more. Even at parties, Lord Codicus is off doing his own thing, and I'm left to my own devices. I'm just a wallflower, really. Casimir, what do you think? She keeps back paddling. Paddling? Press her when she lies, and then present your evidence to counter her arguments. Minister Estelle, can you repeat that? I used to work with Lord Codicus, but now I'm considering retirement. Okay. That's not what I've heard. Why would I lie about something like that? He's my boss's boss's boss. I don't directly work with him. I've met somebody who says you see Codicus often. Admittedly, I occasionally do small tasks for him, but he's recovering from that awful scandal. Okay, we already read that. You attended his garden party not too long ago. Oh yes, I'd nearly forgotten that. There was a large crowd there. I only saw the legate minister from across the roses. I heard there was only a handful of people there. You liar, minister. Even at parties, Lord Codicus is off doing his own thing. I'm left to my own devices. Shy, huh? Oh yes, I barely spoke with anyone during that party. Beautiful garden, though. Witness said you had an aside with Codicus. He talked. You nodded. Fine. He and I talked, but you'll never learn the topic of that discussion. You can't prove it. I had anything to do with the Queen. I didn't have to prove it. I just have to discredit you.
Care for an hors d'oeuvre?
Ooh, too late. So, okay. Did you hear what the Queen discussed with Scarlet?
I can take that.
No, they
Thank
spoke
you.
too quietly, like schoolgirl friends, whispering so no one else would hear. Tell me more. Must have been lost in my own thoughts while Queen and Scarlet conspired deviously. Ah, liar. I heard the word watch nights. Isn't that bad enough? Do you know how many people died because the Queen gave Scarlet access to the watch nights? Why are you still interrogating me? She's the criminal. What do you think, Casimir? She's clever and slippery, but you nailed down those lies. Catch her off guard when she slips. That's a lie. You heard everything. I heard hushed words, but I couldn't make out any of them. The Queen seemed pleased, though. Minister Arton heard everything. His ears must be better than yours. I must have been lost in my own thoughts when the Queen and Scarlet conspired deviously. I heard the Queen was escorted out for her safety. You weren't there. You can't possibly know how they behaved, unless you question the goat. I spoke with Arton. His version agrees with the Countess's and the goat's. Ha ha ha. Yes, well, one person's politeness is another friendliness. That means nothing. Oh my goodness, Minister. Stop lying, you're already too deep. It doesn't matter what happened in the throne room. The Queen has arranged to meet Scarlet later that evening. She didn't want any of us to hear them, so she sneaked out. You're sticking by the claim that they arranged this in the throne room. Absolutely, their foreheads were practically touching. They were so chummy. They agreed something, but what else could it be? Tell me more. So it was brief, a look, a smile. Maybe they'd already arranged to meet later. I don't know if it was... All I know is I saw them under that bridge. It was Queen and Scarlet. I'm not the only one who saw her. There was another witness who came forward, a noble woman. Why are you working so hard to protect Queen Jenna? She sold us all out, and that she's trying to cover her tracks. It was definitely Jenna in a red cape. Can you repeat that? You're crazy. A niece would never let Scarlet get close to the Queen.
Care for an hors d'oeuvre?
Oh yes, she was in on it too, all smiles and pet this and pet that. Miss Sharton describes a very different atmosphere. She was brave. Impossible. What time did you see
I can take
him?
that. Thank you.
Later, about after dark, they were in the Salma district, caught in the sight of the Queen's profile and nearly fainted. Why would she endanger herself like that? The Queen was in her office with a Char emissary at that time. Liar! I'm not the only one who saw her. There was another witness who came
the
forward, a
audacity.
nobleman. How many
My
other
aunt,
witnesses do you have in your
please
pocket?
escort these scandal mongers to the gates.
Oh no! This isn't what was supposed to happen.
Uh-oh. That's disorienting. My goodness, what just happened? It felt like a mesmer spell. I think Anise created a diversion for us. Let's get back into the party. Oh. That wasn't supposed to happen, guys. My bad. I wasn't paying attention to the suspicion bar. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible. It's just really damn long. It's hard to know who's telling the truth, but remember that her other witnesses lied, and we have several people know. Okay. It doesn't matter what happened in the throne room, the Queen arranged me. You're sticking to the claim that they arranged. Okay, I already did that. Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Repeat that. I'm gonna disprove you. Denise would never let Scarlet get that close to the Queen. She was in it too. So, what time did you see him? That suspicion keeps going up. I don't know really how to do this. I'm not the only one who saw her. How many other witnesses do you have in your pocket? Every nun knows we were in school together. That's no secret, but she and I haven't spoken in years. Okay, okay. Told her accomplice to say it was a black cape. It was a red cape, I think. Have you forgotten? Haha, we're trying to confuse me. It was a red cape. I'm sure of it. Dark red. And if your old friend can't agree on the color of the cape,
Care for an hors
the
d'oeuvre?
Queen's cape? Wait, I remember now. The Queen was in a black cape. Yes, Countess Niece was in a red one. Did I forget to mention they were both there? You would know the Countess wouldn't let the Queen go anywhere alone.
can
You're saying the
take that.
Countess Niece was there too? What? Clearly, we need to discuss this further. Good idea. Oh boy, this is... Oh man, this is really long. We have to eliminate any doubt at all, even if there's the smallest chance that she still is telling the truth. She's not, but we need to hear Anise say she was under the bridge. I'm sure she sensed this as some kind of mesmer cover-up. What do you think? It doesn't matter. I'll know if the Countess is lying when we ask her. Alright, Anise. Come to Anise, Anise, Anise. Let's go.
Hors d'oeuvre?
Light elsewhere. Find me, and we shall talk.
What? What? What are you doing, Countess?
But I must
What are you
go to
doing?
unconventional lengths to protect Kryta. Countess, Minister Estelle is claiming that you were there at this secret meeting. She's implicating you.
Nonsense. I was at no such meeting. I did, however, receive a mysterious message signed only with the initial E. The note said that Estelle was in a bandit gambling parlor when she was supposedly spying on our queen. Reminding her of this will be enough to make her drop her lie, faster than Farron's dignity.
Use Niece's evidence to silence the lying minister. Okay.
Party, if you haven't noticed.
I've noticed, obviously. I imagine Countess Anise had a lie to cover up her presence at the bridge. Is her word against mine? Actually, Minister, it's several people's word against yours. Haha. What are you talking about? Had someone said they'd testify against me? We have witnesses who will support Countess Anise's story. Traitors to the ministry.
take that.
Traitors!
Thank you.
They'll find themselves in the streets soon. I doubt it. The Queen has positions for those who are honest and honorable. There are those of us who see through the ministry's lies, and our numbers are growing. Jory would approve, eh, Cass? Goodbye, Minister.
We know what you've been up to. What do you mean? We know you did witness the supposed meeting with Scarlet. We hear you were busy meeting with some lobbyist that day.
Lobbyists? What are you talking about?
So much for subtlety. You were busy convincing.
That's a baseless accusation. So, Minister Estelle, perhaps you and I should speak privately and sort this little mess out. Please follow my guards. I'll be with you shortly.
Countess Anise, thank you for inviting us to your party.
Alright, Casimir, let's talk to you.
Entertaining and productive evening.
No one is more delighted by your presence than I. With all that socializing and skullduggery, you must be craving the longest of naps. Now that this messy affair is out of the way, I feel fairly certain Queen Jenna will attend your summit. I think Minister Estelle will soon see the value in cooperating with me, rather than rotting in prison for treason. I may have use for her. On a separate note, I do hope you will stay and join the Queen's entourage, Casimir.
You mean travel with the Queen to the summit? I'd be honored.
Yes, I think that's the right play. You will, of course, have time to relay the full details of your father's story at that time.
Oh, I don't think the Queen would be interested in.
Nonsense. Now go. Say pretty things to my guests and enjoy yourselves for the rest of the evening.
Alright, speak with you. You must visit more often. The party wouldn't have been nearly as much fun without you. The Queen sends her gratitude as well. She can now attend your summit. Summit. I'll be there as well, though, incognito. That's wonderful news. I appreciate your support. If you have no objections, I believe I will keep dear Casimir with me for a while. We have much to talk about, don't we, pet? Okay, then. One last question. If you knew Estelle was guilty, why not just out her? Put it simply, I'm too close to the Queen for my claims to be believable without support. I'd lose much of our dear... If our dear Jenna were incarcerated and the ministers know it. That's where you came in. I understand. Well, I don't want to keep you any longer. Goodbye for now. Alright, guys. This was a really long episode. I'm probably going to have this guy split into 2 parts, so I'm not keeping you guys for a half an hour watching a video. Also, one thing I wanted to point out... Oh, don't interrupt me. They're interrupting me. One thing I want to point out is at the end of the last one, you had the chance to make this back piece. Is mine's a charred back warmer, but it's the mysterious vine, and you can see it on my character through that. And I believe that's one of the extra little things. And I believe this Chaos Orb is another part of that. And so when I finish this story, I'm going to show you guys the second tier of that back piece. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys on the next walkthrough.